What's up, everybody? I'm Luis, and this is Want to introduce yourself?
I'm Kobe.
My name is Ignacio.
And today we're gonna be doing Longlegs, the new Oz Perkins horror thriller movie. Follows an FBI agent following an occultist serial killer that's been killing families across America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get down. Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
All right.
Let me look at my thing real quick.
So you guys saw this film together. So I do want to ask, like, real quick, how was your guys' theatrical experience?
Bro, he's a big ass baby.
I was
First of all,
pretty fucking
he was like, "God damn, I'm scared."
my
Bro, he
God.
said "goddamn" like 5 times at
I was-
least.
Oh,
I was-
wow, that pissed me off.
I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty anxious going into the movie because I don't really watch horror movies like that.
Mm.
So I was a little scared. I'll admit.
The theater experience though, there was these 2 girls sitting next to me, and like I don't really like it's cool if you get scared and like you yelp or whatever, cause like whatever, it's a scary movie. But like they kept like laughing and like it's too much, and then they kept laughing at Nicolas Cage, which you know was funny, but like
Yeah.
laughing loud, like you
Yeah,
could
really
be at the
loud.
bottom and you would hear
Okay.
them. They were the
Yeah.
loudest in the theater.
Yeah, that's interesting because I purposely avoided seeing this movie first weekend just because horror and theater experience. Like I try not to see any horror movies in the theater because audiences like just go crazy. It's like
Yeah.
this and comic book movies are like really bad. But and I knew the hype surrounding the movie, so I knew it was going to attract a lot of like general audiences. But when I went, I was actually pleasantly surprised. There was a good amount of people for a weekday.
Really?
And everyone was really respectful. Everyone kind of like was scared at the right moments. Not enough of laughing as there should have been, because the movie is really funny.
No obnoxious giggling.
Which I didn't expect. I didn't even watch a trailer for this movie. I might have seen one like when I went to go see something else, but I don't remember any trailer. I just heard like buzz surrounding the movie.
Yeah, I think I saw like half a trailer maybe.
Yeah,
was
I
bad.
didn't like purposely look anything out. I didn't know what the movie was about.
Yeah.
I just knew Nick Cage was in it, and I knew he was the director of Gretel and Hansel and Gretel, whatever. It's the opposite. Yeah. So that's all I knew about it. But yeah, I knew like the Silence of the Lambs, sort of like
See, I didn't
inspiration.
hear any of that
No, yeah.
until like after I watched the movie.
Yeah, that was like the main thing that I heard. That it was like, oh, like in both the good and bad ways. Like,
Yeah.
It's heavily inspired by Silence of the Lambs, and I don't think either of you have seen it.
I've never
I've
seen
seen
Silence of the
Oh,
Lambs.
you've seen it?
Uh-huh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
But I mean, it was like on cable a while ago.
Oh,
like
okay.
6 years ago.
Okay, so you don't really like remember
Yeah.
too much.
I remember the movie, but like I don't remember like direct inspiration. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, just generally like an agent following like, a serial killer, and the serial killer sort of becoming obsessed with the FBI agent or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's really the main thing, and yeah, it doesn't like reach those levels of Silence of the Lambs, but I thought that Longlegs was a really interesting film, which we'll get into all that. But is there anything you guys want to start off with in particular?
No, I saw the trailer for it. And then I saw the trailer for it again, like just like doing whatever, not really like paying attention. I remember thinking like, oh shit, that looks kind of interesting. And then when we went to go watch it, I was getting kind of scared. I was like, damn, she was kind
hella scared.
I was pretty fucking scared because I was watching a movie like this and shit.
For every time there was one time all you heard was and he was just
That shit was pretty. I mean, low-key, I made it through though, and it wasn't that bad. Like once you make it through, but like just the fact of like not knowing.
You think that was like the scariest movie you've seen?
No, not like this. Well, I don't know.
What do you think the scariest movie you've seen is?
Just by I don't know. Like I remember watching Paranormal Activity when I was younger,
Oh, okay.
and I remember that freaking me the fuck out. Like when I was young, just the found footage.
So
Like,
that's the thing that kind of like gets you is found footage.
I don't think it's necessarily the thing that gets me, because it's just I don't know, just at the time I was like really young, and like my family used to talk about like ghost stories and shit. So when I saw Paranormal Activity, like that shit freaked me the fuck out. Just being a little kid too, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I never really liked like ghost or like demon stories when I was younger.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that shit either.
Yeah, well, what about like satanic sort of thing? Is that
Yeah,
kinda,
no, I didn't like that shit.
No, that kind of bothered you too.
Yeah, because like that was like the closest thing to being real, kind of.
Yeah.
That wasn't normal. Because you know, like
Yeah.
serial killers are real, but normal. You know. So like this thing that might be real might not be real. It was scary for sure. For me, it was definitely. But I mean, now it's kind of I don't really believe in any of it.
That shit is terrifying. You know, you gotta deal with your life day to day. You gotta deal with shit that you can't even see. That's fucking terrifying. It's fucking scary, dude.
I remember one time you told me, you were like, I don't believe in ghosts because I think I'm so scared of them. I convinced myself they're not real.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's some good willpower,
They're not real. It's just Nicolas Cage. It's just Nicolas Cage throughout the whole movie. Nah, but I liked it though. I enjoyed it.
I still liked it.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So for the first like 2 acts, I was just completely on board with the film. I was like, this is really great. Easily one of my favorite films of the year so far. I mean, I try not to like base my opinion halfway through the movie. I think that's kind of a poor way to go about things. But I just couldn't help but really enjoy myself throughout. And then the final act came, which I don't want to talk about right now, but it kind of made me feel a little bit colder on it than I was initially. I think just the first thing that kind of grabbed my attention in the movie, which ironically was a negative thing, was the cinematography, which looks good. The movie visually looks good, but the framing of the shots, like the entire movie, it purposely gives a lot of headroom. And which obviously, if it's kind of makes sense, but it felt like kind of a gimmick to me. It really didn't feel like there was any purpose to having this headroom. There was never a scene where it built to something over the character's head that I remembered. And so I just felt kind of like bored after like a minute. I mean, because I was initially like, why did they have? It looks like the projectionists, like for movies on film, like they are showing it incorrectly. Like they're giving too much headroom to the movie, which I thought was kind of interesting at first. But then after a while, it's just like it keeps doing that. And of course, when you realize why it's doing that, it's like kind of an eye roll. Because it's like Longlegs, oh my god, because he's in the beginning of the movie, you don't see his face. Which that was, okay, I guess I take that back, because that was actually a really good opening scene.
That was really good.
Showing, because you don't really see, because it's so quick, you don't really see him. But like that's kind of what's so scary about it, because you kind of like see a little bit of something. Which was the scary part. But then after that, I just felt like it didn't really go anywhere with the cinematography.
What do you mean?
Interesting.
What do you mean by when you realized what it was doing?
Because in the beginning, like she's obviously like a little girl, and so it's following her like how she sees, which is like shorter, and then when you get to the scene with her and the character, and with Longlegs, then you only see like his legs, and then it kind of like zooms, it kind of like tilts to upward, and then you see him. So like throughout the movie, that's kind of like the gimmick for the cinematography. I mean, I might be missing something as far as like thematic purpose or something, but I didn't really feel like fulfilling or like interesting throughout.
I honestly
felt like a bother.
I honestly thought it was like playing on the cliche of like you watch a horror movie and you're kind of waiting for something to be behind the character, and so it kind of gives like an unnerving feeling like watching them, because that's what I thought. I thought like, oh shit, there's gonna be something that pops up behind you, so you're kind of waiting for something, and it kind of builds more of that like that tension for you watching the movie. You know?
And I think the whole film, I don't think it has that until in the car with the other FBI agent, and then
right.
I mean, we're talking about spoilers, right? I don't think that matters.
Yeah, I think
it's her mom's in the back, like the background, just standing there.
Yeah, with a big ass rifle or shotgun, big gun.
So
that's what I thought though. Like I thought it, for me at least, made me a little more unnerved watching the fucking movie, because I kept thinking.
I really liked that part when like with all the extra headspace when she was in her house and there was a specific doorway in the back, and it was the same shot the whole time, and nothing's back there, but it was working on me. Very unnerving. It was working on me.
And I think it was like after she went back into her house too, because
it was still there.
Because the fucking Longlegs, he's like in the background.
Yeah, who put the letter in there? Was it her mom?
I thought it was.
It doesn't really matter, but I'm just wondering how they accomplished that.
I thought it was the devil walking.
Could have been.
I don't think. Well, she was on the phone with her mom.
Was she hung up by? Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Longlegs maybe.
Longlegs.
He got some long legs. I guess he can move.
The devil walks, man.
Devil walks.
He walks everywhere. He walks inside houses. He walks outside.
Beneath our feet.
Beneath our feet, he's always walking. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, so how did the casting of Nicolas Cage work for you guys?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I didn't really like ever think like, oh man, this is Nicolas Cage, except for during the interrogation scene. Well, and I didn't think it was Nicolas Cage, but like it was. I really liked the interrogation scene. I think it was like one of the scarier parts, just having to like look him in the eyes and like hear him talk to you. I thought it was pretty unsettling.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like I couldn't look him in the eyes for a little bit. I was like, let me read the subtitles because we watched it with Spanish subtitles. I was like, let me read the subtitles. And then like I'd look at like the top of his forehead. I was like, that's Nicolas Cage's forehead. But I mean, it worked for me. I like it.
That's Ghost Rider's forehead.
Exactly. I liked it though.
What about you, anyways?
I thought it was cool. I mean, I didn't really like. Yeah, I wasn't like bothered by it being like Nick Cage or like it being like a meme or anything. You know what I mean? Because I had read something too, and somebody was like, Nick Cage just plays like the meme version of himself, but creepier. But I was like, I don't know. I liked it. You know what I mean? I thought he looked really cool too. I thought he looked really fucking creepy, which kind of like I liked. I was like, wow, this dude looks fucking scary. Wait, talk about his crazy ass outfit.
Oh yeah, man, he's a crazy ass outfit. Like the actual pieces that he has on. He has like these sweatpants on with like cuffs at the end, and then he has like a shirt, and then on top of the shirt he has like a button up, and then on top of the button up he has like a vest, and then on top of the vest he has like a denim jacket, and then on top of the jacket he has like this Sherpa coat. Crazy ass outfit. It's just so weird.
It's cold in Oregon, man.
Yeah.
It's cold as fuck.
Is that where it takes place, Oregon? I didn't realize that.
I think
I don't
so.
know.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I thought she had a weird ass house, like just in general. Like,
Oh my god, like yeah, that was something that kind of bothered me
I
about
was
like
like,
the
what
production
kind of, who
design.
has this kind of house?
Was like that because I mean, listen, like I these houses, maybe that's the architecture is just popular, like where they're from or something, but it's like such an obvious like like it's just obviously scary because there's fucking windows everywhere. So
yeah.
And like
It's
the
like-
wood, it's like a cabin, you know, like
Yeah.
it's a little odd.
Yeah.
Even her investigation room with the, I think it was a red carpet, right, where she has all the pictures on the floor and whatnot.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, that was interesting architecture in that room. Because like the
That was-
rest of the building doesn't look like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, that was somewhere where like the cinematography really worked for me.
Mhm.
And then kind of, I guess that we can talk about like her Lee as a character, as a main character herself, who's very interesting. This is kind of one area where it differs a little bit from Silence of the Lambs in that Silence of the Lambs it's more so about like a woman in kind of a man's world trying to solve the case, whereas in this film I don't really feel like her femininity is like a core factor in the film, like thematically or anything. It's more of like her like potential mental disabilities or something like. I read the character up until like the final act during like a key reveal point as having some form of autism, just because the way she would act in social situations was like completely like strange and just not like abnormal in some ways, which I thought was really interesting. Also her like anxiety throughout many key moments in the film kind of really spoke, kind of like just was interesting because for the past like 2 years we've had an abundance of anxiety attacks in cinema, and it's kind of really pissed me off because it's always portrayed in the same exact way.
Yeah, it is
where
very similar.
Like the main character will have like an anxiety attack and they'll start heavily breathing and they have to go in the corner for for a minute, and then like someone else consoles them, and it just like
Inside Out too.
Inside Out 2 is a great example of
lot
that.
of references.
And it's just like the most. They never do it in a way that's cinematically interesting. There's never like unique editing or like just.
Yeah.
There's nothing stylistic about it. It's always just kind of there, and it feels like it's there to like appease to like audiences who want to kind of understand more about mental health.
Yeah.
Which of course this generation just is nowadays, which is fine in itself. But again, like I said, it's not done in an interesting way. Whereas in this film, she has anxiety throughout the film, breathing heavily, and not really acting like strongly sometimes, during like situations where maybe there's like gunfire, but she's still doing her job. And she still like tries to do her job the best she can.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was a really interesting point, and that really added a lot to Lee's character for me.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot. When she usually had a gun in her hands, usually she was breathing heavy, like a lot. Like in the beginning of the film, when that guy gets shot, and then she has to go in and arrest the dude or whatever. And then next, when she's in her house, she leaves, and then she has to enter back in. And then I think again when she has to chase her mom, she's like always doing it. So it's interesting, kind of her perseverance through anxiety. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it showed like kind of just a different way of it, like someone who's still capable of doing things while still being anxious.
Yeah.
Which I thought was unique and like a lot more authentic of an approach to take than just having them have to go in the corner and then us have
Somebody
to wait.
consoles.
Exactly. Having us to wait there while we do it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Are the you know the red images of the snakes and shit and the blood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that indicative of her anxiety?
I don't think
necessarily.
Because the one thing that kind of sticks out to me, because I thought that's what you were getting at. I thought that's what you were gonna say, like the snakes, the use of it, because they kind of do flash. I don't really necessarily remember whenever, but they kind of do that throughout the whole movie. And the one moment in particular is when they find the body, the doll, the first doll or whatever, and then like he's talking about like, you know, he's getting his freak on. He's like, wow, like it's so amazing, and
yeah.
And then the
in
snakes,
medical.
like the camera's on her, but then it's the snakes, and then it's fucking. So like, which would be kind of cool if that's what it was for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, so towards the end of the film, when we start to understand a lot more about what's going on, I do think part of it is all of her anxiety or of her like again potential autism that I suggested was that it's the repressed memories that she didn't have, of course, before the all this stuff starts happening in the movie. So I do think that's part of it. I don't think that's all of it, though. I think that it's also just what it is. But I think what you're saying is definitely like some aspect of it.
Would that be like a theme of the movie? Her anxiety?
What did you take away from this movie? Like, what do you think it's about?
Me?
What do you think it's trying to say? What's the theme, the core themes of this movie?
I mean,
if you think it has any, because I don't think it has any.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like come out of the movie being like, oh, like this movie is about it's a metaphor for this, because I didn't really feel like that's what it was trying to do, like necessarily. I mean, again, I feel like I've seen the director say stuff about it, and like I try not to I try to separate what they say from the movie
versus
itself,
what you take.
Because I just didn't really care to like get that out of the movie. Like the movie felt like the antithesis to like an A24 horror movie, like a generic A24 horror movie, where it's like there's this thing where it's like representative of something else in the director's life or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why I was trying to just read it as it is.
Yeah.
And it worked a lot more for me, just kind of as a serial killer hunting movie.
Yeah.
As opposed to something else, like something kind of more representative of like the everyday life of people that are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Why is there something that you're not really getting?
Honestly, that like I didn't get anything from the movie. I don't think it's trying to tell me anything. And like I feel like generally like most movies are trying to tell you something, even like on a surface level. And when you have, and I think like I understand that horror movies, action movies, and comedy movies sometimes they're just meant to entertain, scare you, and make you laugh. And I think this is what this movie was trying to do, just trying to scare you. And I didn't expect that. I expected to leave with a message, like it was going to tell me something.
Sorry guys, just letting you know this is our first major camera cut, so that's why it jumps into them talking a bunch of shit about me. Alright, let's get back to it.
So let's go back to the stupid shit Kobe was saying.
Yeah. It's not a metaphor for anything.
It's not a metaphor.
It doesn't stand for anything, you know. It's just,
Look,
I like art to be something
dude,
more.
that's not even what I need.
I like it. You know, I log my movies on Letterboxd and I write long reviews. So, yeah, it should mean something, you know.
I think it should tell me something. I don't need like a metaphor for fucking comedy.
Okay, but maybe it's saying something and you don't get it.
And I'm totally willing for that. I'm totally willing for it to be saying something, and I just haven't picked up on it. But I think something as simple no, not something as simple.
Because here's the thing: you're mad about the movie because you think that it's not trying to say anything. That's so you're mad that the movie's not something that you want it to be. That's not a fair criticism because you're mad about.
I think that's a little fair criticism.
No, it's not because you want it to be something that it's not trying to be. It would be different if you're saying that it's trying to be something and it's not successful in what it's doing.
Look, this is kind of unrelated, but I'm kind of tying it in. There's like this Nazi documentary from way back in the day, right? And people talk about how from like the 1940s or late 30s, whatever. And it's a propaganda documentary about like why you should join the German military, and like people talk about how it's like set the bones for modern day documentaries and how it's like an amazing documentary, but obviously it's all like pro-Nazi. So like, just because it's accomplishing it very well, but I obviously don't like that source material.
So what's your point though?
So this movie is accomplishing the scariness very well, but I don't like what it's saying because it's not saying anything. So like with the documentary, it's doing its job very well, but I don't like what it's saying. So is that not a fair criticism?
But you don't like what it's not. You don't like what it's saying. You dislike that it isn't.
I don't like that it's not saying anything.
Uh-huh. But why do you feel like it needs to say something?
Look, I just
like it's not like if this was like a movie about like a topic that was like of great issue or something that you felt like deserved some sort of like stance on, then I think I could understand your argument a little bit more.
Don't think that.
But the movie's not like it's. I don't really feel like that's what it is.
I just think a movie should tell a message. Like as simple as like Christmas movies aren't some metaphor for something else. They're about family, generally speaking. So like. Usually they have something to say about family, you know? Family go through a hard time. Like, very simple messages. And I think I usually prefer when a movie has something to tell me, and I don't think Longlegs has anything to tell me. And I expected it to tell me something. You know, if I go into a movie and I don't expect it, then whatever. But I did expect it to tell me something. So, like I said, I didn't say it, but I have thought, like, maybe I'm being too harsh on it, because I don't think it's trying to say anything. But right now, that's how I feel. I feel like it doesn't say anything, and I don't like that.
Okay.
Do you think the movie's trying to say something?
Again, I don't really know. I mean, I just kind of like went into the movie as is.
Yeah.
And then I went out like kind of as is. I felt like it was just a scary sort of taste. I mean, again, like if we want to like get into more. I mean, we've spoiled a little bit about it, but if we want to get even more deeper into it, obviously there's something about like the familial kind of issues with it, like, and honestly, this is like I don't really see what you're saying at all. Now that we get into, especially when we get into the climax of the movie, and when things start to get revealed, because the movie is like, I mean, it starts to become when the big reveal happens. That's sort of like what the movie is about.
Okay, real quick, I'm totally open to the idea that I've missed something and I just haven't seen it.
Fair,
but you can continue.
Yeah, because honestly, this is where the movie starts to fall apart for me. Is when we start to understand why things are happening the way they are, and of course, and we'll just go into full spoiler territory at this point. But this is when the movie becomes like a typical horror movie to me, like very cliche. Especially when the full reveal of everything happens, when we literally see a montage of all of the events that we haven't seen before the movie starts play out literally in a montage, and we have the character who is the true culprit literally narrating the entire thing from start to finish for like minutes, for like a few minutes, and that's when it becomes that's when the movie kind of lost me, because it just felt like, okay, well, this isn't really doing it in any type of interesting way. The interesting sort of filmmaking that was there before, especially the editing and all of the even the aspect ratio kind of shifting, which I felt was nice.
I thought that was cool.
And then like the red like kind of like lenses that they were using, that all kind of like just went out the window. It felt like super generic, the way they did the reveal. So but during that reveal, I mean there is the message, I guess, right there.
So what's your message?
What is the message?
It's just kind of like, oh, like the parents will like the parents will do everything for their kids, and like even if it results in just
Alright. Could see
the worst sort of thing. I mean, that's just kind of as I'm saying it, just because I'm like,
Right.
again, I haven't seen it in a couple days, so that's why I'm kind of like trying to refresh
Right, but
myself.
she does whatever she can to keep her alive.
Right.
And they do bring that up because she says, you were able to grow up because whatever I sacrificed or whatever. When she first visits her, and then it comes back. What? Oh,
No, keep going.
And then it comes back during the exposition. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe like a rewatch of the film would be more like helpful. I mean, like if we talk about the calls that Lee has with the character, like I think that's kind of revealing. Like she's always kind of asking, always kind of feels. I don't know if she feels like entitled to something, but yeah, I think so in a way because like she's always saying like, "Did you say your prayers? Did you do this?" Like, and then wanting to know about her life, and so she does have some sort of like entitlement, which a lot of parents do have towards their kids when they've kind of sacrificed everything for them. So I think that's kind of what. I think that's kind of like what you're looking for. Honestly,
I think that's a lot more interesting. Like I think that makes sense, and I think I missed that, but
yeah, I missed that too.
I don't know. I like that. Like it just makes more sense to me when I can kind of take something away from it.
But I will say, like to your point, like the character of Longlegs and the kind of evil that is like in the film, it isn't really like connected to that in any like real. I mean, it's connected literally in like a plot device, but it's not connected in any like thematic purpose for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say like, oh, their family was like really religious, but like that's not really enough for me to be like, oh, like that just makes perfect sense. So I can see why like that was like kind of like not
a disconnect.
It's a bit disconnected, and it even like after we get to like the true culprit, like it kind of makes the other villain like kind of pointless. It feels like. It isn't, like, I don't really feel like it doesn't like he mattered. I mean, of course, like this. See, like I don't want to be unfair, but he doesn't really feel like he matters at that point.
I was thinking the same thing, and then I remembered. Well, he builds the dolls. Like he has a certain connection with the devils that no one else has.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's able to put whatever piece of the devil in the doll and then kind of work from there. So like in that kind of like, her mom can't do that. You get what I mean? Like there's no real connection for her to. Like there needs to be another person.
Like he's the manufacturer and she's the distributor.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So how did you guys feel about the dolls themselves? Were they like scary to you, or did you find interest in them?
I thought it was a cool concept, but like other than that, I didn't really like think more about it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't really think too much about it, but I thought they were scary looking.
You give me a fucking doll for my birthday? Shit is lame as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if I'm in Oregon, dude. Lame.
You're not
lame
a girl
either. Lame as fuck. That's all I gotta say.
What time does this take place? Do you guys know?
90s. It's like 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe the 70s, but...
Oh, because Clinton's on the wall. And I noticed, it was the first thing I noticed. I was like, why the fuck is Clinton on the wall?
He's in so many...
And then I thought about it. I was like, that's probably to set the time period. So you like know when going in. Because it's like one of the first things you see. Yeah. What do you think about the dolls? Like anything interesting to know about them? Or you think they were pointless or...
Not necessarily pointless. I mean, when we got to like the reveal of the dolls, I mean, I just kind of assumed there was some like voodoo element that was going to be like revealed in the movie, and that's kind of a little bit of what it is. But yeah, no, I didn't really think that there was anything that particularly interesting about them. I guess in a way, it's kind of like
it could have been anything. Like it didn't necessarily need to be a
kind of. I mean, I think maybe on the other hand, like it is a bit representative of like the repressed memories that we have, something that we try to like forget in our childhood, and that's what Lee's obviously trying to do throughout the movie. Maybe not literally like she's trying to forget, but internally there could be something there, and that could be the representative thing. And while we're watching the movie, is like we don't really want to remember things from our childhood that happened that really affect us.
Yeah.
So I think that could probably be something there, but other than that, the design of them wasn't really that original or anything.
Yeah.
They were just kind of like, they looked like the kids. That's
That
scary.
doctor was in love with them.
Yeah, that doctor was weird.
Yeah.
Getting his freak on. Like, alright, dog.
Dude, and the fucking lady, the two girls next to her, is like, that guy's a fucking pedophile. And like, yeah, I get it too. Like, he's weird, but like, you don't need to say that right now.
That's so
like,
weird.
I'm trying to watch a fucking movie.
Yeah, I fucking hate when people say
Like,
shit.
I get it. He's weird. Don't get me wrong.
No, that's annoying as fuck. They don't really talk to
That's
them
funny.
in my screening, which is surprising.
Yeah.
Very surprising.
Sundays, man. I don't know.
You know, I wasn't expecting them to be that loud in the theater, to be honest with you.
I had a feeling.
Nah,
a little bit of a feeling.
Like, I walked in and they were talking and stuff, but I don't know, I didn't really expect that. Throughout the whole movie and shit.
No, dude, horror can get pretty annoying.
And
like
then
as far as people who watch.
There's that
What's
part.
it?
There's that part
Oh,
with Nicolas
When he's
Cage,
driving.
like, "Mommy, Dad," or whatever he's saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and it's like, I know it's funny, but
Yeah, there's a fine line
Tone
between
it
like, I mean,
down.
that is a funny ass scene, but it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, you know?
yeah,
So that's just
tone
like-
it down. You know?
Yeah, you shouldn't like make your voice the center of the fucking.
I thought it was very interesting that Longlegs lived under them the whole time. That he lived in the same house as her.
Yeah, I mean.
I thought it was cool. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like, I mean, I don't know if like he lives there like permanently, or if
It
he
looked
just.
like- it was a mattress.
No, because it was his house. Like, whenever it's like Longlegs in his home or whatever,
Yeah.
like it's that same room. And then when at the end when Lee is like, she comes out of her like,
Mhm.
you know, her
She's in
comatose
that
or
room.
whatever.
Yeah,
She's in that
yeah,
room.
that actually, yeah,
She
you're
goes
right.
upstairs and it's her house.
I didn't really. I mean, I knew that was in her house, and like that's where he made the dolls, but I didn't realize that. Yeah, their mattress was there.
Yeah,
so they
there's a
probably
mattress.
just lived
Yeah.
there.
Do you? I don't know if you remember, but there's a poster next to the mattress, and it's someone. I don't know who it is.
Oh.
I thought it was Ozzy Osbourne. To be honest,
I
I,
don't-
could be totally wrong.
I don't remember. To be
But
honest.
I just wondered why him? I don't know.
Mm.
And then, do you know what
I don't
songs
think
he's
Ozzy?
singing?
I forgot already.
Because like I just
There's
I
a
don't
couple.
know. Like why is it
There's
those
like two,
songs?
I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it plays in the beginning.
Because I was thinking they were Ozzy Osbourne songs, and like I said, it might not be Ozzy Osbourne at all, but it was just what I initially thought.
Maybe
So-
Ozzy Osbourne was like into some occult shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
What's
I'm
that?
just-
What's that song you made?
It's a
Crazy
stretch.
Train or something?
I don't remember.
We can look it up. Ozzy
Nah.
Osbourne, occult.
No need.
Probably is. He probably is Longlegs.
Oh shit.
What? So when do you? Nah, you're not gonna remember it because you saw it a couple days ago. But when the mom shoots Carter's doll, and like the black smoke goes out of her head,
Yeah.
like what is that signifying? Because I got a little confused at that point because I was thinking she was free.
Wait. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that made her free,
So like, what was?
and that like.
Why did the
it
cycle
unleashed,
keep
like,
continuing?
What do you mean?
So what did it unleash? What do you?
Like it finished. She wasn't like controlled by it anymore. Like she could, because she could see through the doll.
Yeah.
So throughout the movie, she like sees Longlegs' room and like she sees shit that happens, and then from her childhood, she sees
Oh,
things
okay,
that
yeah,
happen.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And so, but she can't really like understand it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I think when the doll dies, she's kind of like relinquished from
Yeah.
that, and she's not connected to it anymore.
And then the mom mentions that like the devil has won or whatever, he's free.
Yeah.
But like, what difference is there from the start of the movie to that point? Like, how is the devil won? Like, they're just going to kill another family.
Yeah, so
Which
I
is already
think we should pretty much just start talking about the ending.
I think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Because this is like again,
Open
like
it up.
like I said, like when we got to the final act, it's when the movie just started to fall off like a cliff for me, honestly. And the ending just kind of like was. I mean, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was like terrible, but it really just kind of like
Cliche.
didn't really work for me on like just a filmmaking level, and also
Yeah.
just like a literal level. Like I was a bit confused by it. I mean, I feel like I have an understanding of what happens in the end, but I don't think it has any like dramatic effect. Like I just kind of like don't feel anything. I don't really
Yeah.
care.
Yep.
About the ending.
Yeah.
But so like she she goes into the house, and then he kills his wife,
Right.
and then she kills Lee kills the her mom, and then she doesn't have enough bullets for the daughter, and then I think the final shot of the movie is the doll.
What did she say at the end?
That's what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say you probably don't remember. She says something like she's like looking at the doll, but it's the camera. She says something, but there's like music going on. It's probably purposeful that you can't really hear it, but like I don't know what she said, and it seemed pretty important.
Yeah, I feel like I don't. I feel like I knew, but I don't remember.
Honestly,
we could probably look at it. Like,
I thought she said something. I thought she said something that alluded to that he was gonna come with them anyway. And this is what, and I was
the doll, right?
The doll, yeah, like the doll being representative of the devil, right? And she couldn't kill it. She said something to the little girl. She's like, "Okay, let's go." Yeah, she's like trying to take her out, and then she was gonna shoot the doll, but I think she said
not enough bullets.
If I'm correct, I could be hella wrong, but I think she said something that alluded to like the doll's gonna come with us. Not know necessarily if that means like the physical doll, but more so just the devil comes with them. And I was telling Kobe that like maybe she picks up the role of the mom. You know what I mean? And that she has to like protect this little girl now, who like has no family. You know what I mean? So she kind of continues that cycle, and it goes back to the choice of when they're in the interrogation room, and he tells them, he's like, "I let everybody have a choice."
Every girl.
And it's like a clover or a fucking cinnamon stick. I don't remember what the fuck it was.
I think that's a reference to the Bible.
Yeah, it was some shit, right? And he says that they can either do the work or they can bow down. Like that, those are the only two choices. So I think, and I don't know if that.
I think it really depends on what she said.
Yeah,
I don't know what she said.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because now that I think about it, like the dad and the mom were both under the trance.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like, but like how?
Well, the little girl's under the trance.
Yeah, they're all under the trance. But like, how are they? Because I'm forgetting the mechanics. Like, how are they all? So don't they need the doll to be under the trance, or is it? No, the doll itself is like the devil.
Trance, yeah.
Once the doll enters the house, whatever's in the ball, because Longlegs puts the devil, the black smoke, into the ball, and then once the ball goes in the doll, and then once the doll is in the house, then the devil works from there. Like they're all under the trance.
Ball in the doll.
Ball in the doll. Yes.
Okay, so
fucking stupid.
So are the implications that like that the devil is going to like work on Lee again? Like
that's
before
what
she
leaves.
That's what I was.
Much.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know either.
Yeah,
I think
because technically the mom isn't under a trance. I don't think, right?
No,
is she? I think she's just working for.
The mom made a choice.
Yeah, she's doing it by choice. So he's saying that now Carter will pick up the mom's role, go around the houses, leaving dolls, and then the cycle continues.
I'm assuming if it means to keep this little girl
if that's
alive.
what it means.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, that could be the thing.
Because like this girl is basically an orphan now. She has no.
So she's probably gonna take care of it.
Yeah, but there is no character like that's gonna like physically come and kill the girl. Like whereas Longlegs was that character.
Yeah, that is true.
That was gonna kill Lee, and so that's why her mom had to do that.
Yeah, that is true.
But now Longlegs is dead, and so.
But she's not free either. The little girl.
Yeah.
I mean, all they need to do is break the ball.
Yeah, but like we don't have any like clue that like the devil is just gonna like start talking to Lee. Like the devil isn't like the devil only talks through Longlegs.
And I wouldn't think so anymore at all because the smoke left her head. She's free.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But then again, even though Longlegs is dead, the mom still operates as she does.
Right.
And then like the whole thing is like they're trying to unleash the devil, and like,
but I think
Longlegs knows this, and that he. So I don't.
Wouldn't Carter? Because at this point she knows if you break the ball, then you get free. So like I understand she doesn't have a bullet to break the ball in that moment, but if she just goes to break the ball, her and the little girl will be free. Right? So the cycle doesn't need to continue. And it's not like she's under a trance because her mom made those choices on her own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, how does she run out of bullets?
She shoots 5, no?
I remember her shooting like barely any.
Because she shoots 2 in
the house.
2 in the guy. I don't remember his name. Carter. 2 in Carter, and then I think 1 on her mom.
It's 1.
That's 3. So I don't. But maybe that's part of the thing. Is like the devil's controlling the house. You can't shoot the doll. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
ultimately,
I
I mean, I feel like I wasn't like not paying attention or anything, and I don't think it's like super confusing. I just think that like
I don't think so either.
I just think that it's
think
not all that interesting enough to really even care by the end.
And then the implications of what happened next, I don't think are clear. And I guess it doesn't need to be.
I feel like it was just like, okay, the devil's there now, and that's it. The world's there.
Where is he?
Yeah, see, like, we don't-
obviously, I don't need to see some giant devil. But
Right.
like, where is he?
And you know,
figured
we
it?
actually, again, we were planning to do the
Witch.
witch, and
The bitch.
yeah,
The bitch.
and so there's something like that in that movie where with the devil's represented, and like the way it's shown is so much. It's really interesting, and like it does it in a way where it's like, okay, I actually, even though it wasn't there throughout the whole movie,
Yeah.
it's at the end for those last 3 minutes. It's
Yeah.
like the craziest shit ever. It's like, holy shit, like that's
Yeah.
pretty
She's a
crazy.
beast.
Yeah.
But like with this movie, it's like, I mean, they don't they don't really do anything. So it's just like
they don't.
It's just like whatever. You know?
Because the thing is, like, so the mom says that the devil is free now. He's unleashed or whatever.
Yeah.
They go to the house. They do this, and let's say that you're right in the sense that the cycle continues and she becomes like her mom.
Yeah.
Takes care of the girl. The girl has the devil in her or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like, what did the devil accomplish? Because like he
Yeah,
already
I don't
got
know.
his triangle. Like,
Yeah,
does
I
he
don't
need to
know.
make like 50 more? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
what
get
kind
what
of
you mean.
story is that? There was no real
yeah, like it was the point of the movie to
Like,
like
what's the devil's
huge
goal?
consequence.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know?
was like the point of the movie to like the devil was gonna like tear a hole through Earth or something.
Exactly. Like, I
Like-
thought he was gonna win.
Yeah,
But
like-
they say he won.
Yeah,
Devil's
like,
here.
yeah, like we didn't see anything.
How the fuck did he win? Like,
Yeah.
again, I don't need to see some giant fucking devil come from the earth, but like, how did he win?
And the thing is also is like, even if like they were like, okay, well, let's not show that because that would be more interesting if like we are like, let's be different. Let's not show the big
Yeah.
climactic part.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't really know what you're trying to leave your audience off with though,
I think
because you have to
yeah.
you have to do something like cinematically interesting as
Yeah,
well. And if that's
exactly.
if that's what you're trying to do, then you have to do something like kind of courageous in your filmmaking. You can't just kind of end it off with like a cheap generic like, oh, this is the doll, and now the devil's here, and then it cuts to black. Like,
Exactly.
that's what it
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then after that, it goes back to Nick Cage. Does he sing? I don't
I think he
remember.
says
But he
I'll
says
sing.
something, and then he says, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't. Wasn't a fan of the ending.
That's true. Now that like there's all these questions and stuff, I'm like,
I didn't.
okay. I don't know how to feel about it.
That's how I felt leaving the theater. I was kind of like, well, what are the
Yeah.
implications of what happens next?
Yeah, that is very true.
Like I said, I understand
Maybe
big
you're gonna
endings.
find out in Longlegs 2.
Longlegs 2.
Oh, shit,
Longlegs
Longlegs
3.
2.
Longlegs the prequel.
The longer legs.
And it's
Oh shit. Longlegs, longer legs, and longest legs.
The third.
Yeah, longest.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait for longest legs.
You know, I just saw a tweet. It was like, should Longlegs get a sequel, prequel? What's next? I was like, what are you talking about?
It's just funny.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, the first 2 acts of the movie were really great for me.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
I really liked the filmmaking for the most part. The acting was great. Like everything about the movie itself was really great. It was kind of the screenplay that and the writing just kind of fell off towards a certain point.
Yeah.
Anything else, you guys, that stood out for you guys? Or final
Yeah,
thoughts?
like the significance of white. Do you guys like know? You guys have any idea what the significance of white?
Like the
was?
color?
Obviously, yeah, the color. Because obviously, Longlegs wears all white. They're clearly in the snow for a reason. Their house is just straight up white. There's no snow on it. It's just straight up white.
Right.
So, like, you guys find any significance from the color white? Or you
Yeah,
think
probably
it's-
just the opposite of black.
Wow.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking more
Like the devil, like as what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I don't know.
I was thinking maybe it had something to do with like occultist practices,
Hmm.
like
Yeah, okay.
things that people do outside of this nice suburban neighborhood.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
that's part of it too. Is like
Yeah.
the like nice kind of background is, and then there's like something dark beneath. But I mean, that's been done like so much before, like in such
Yeah.
better ways, in my opinion.
One thing I would like to bring up as far as like the themes go,
What themes?
when you guys were like talking about like I don't know, I don't really know how to word this. Like I wonder if it's like has something to say about I don't know family. I don't know Because like, is Longlegs like her dad?
No, I don't know why you keep
Like,
saying that.
it's not necessarily like not necessarily her dad, but like she doesn't have a father figure. Longlegs is kind of like there, kind of controlling her.
Cause I don't think he really controlled her.
I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like maybe there's something to say about that. I don't know. I don't know.
This is something that I actually did think about during the movie. I was like, maybe the Longlegs is supposed to be her dad. I mean, he does have this like hyperfixation with her birthday.
Yeah, it's almost birthday girl.
But you don't think like he's like that with every birthday girl?
Yeah, but he kills all of them.
Right, but she cut a deal. Well, her mom cut a deal.
Yeah, but I think that's what makes it like different for
special.
her. Yeah, it makes it kind of like special.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then honestly, now that we're talking about it, like I feel like I mean, it's kind of cool that we don't know a lot about Longlegs, but like at the same time, I kind of feel like I don't really know like what Longlegs is like for. Like,
he walked out of the movie saying like, what'd you say? You said something about Longlegs, like, what was the point? I think you just said like, why was he there? And I was like, oh well, it's to manufacture the doll.
Oh,
like, that's really it.
Because you were talking about, he said something about like the hierarchy, right? Something about.
Oh yeah, we were talking about.
I don't remember.
Like the work chain.
Basically. And you said something about like Longlegs is a friend of a friend.
A friend of a friend, yes.
Right. I don't remember exactly. I know like what you're getting at, but I don't remember exactly what was said.
Because like Longlegs is, well, obviously he's somebody that the devil has gotten into a way that I don't think he's gotten to other people. But I don't really know what that means. You know, like I know he puts the devil in the dolls. That's about it.
Yeah, as far as any like parental, like thing with Longlegs, if there's something there, I don't feel like it's done well enough to like mean anything to the audience.
Because isn't that what Oz Perkins was saying? He's like, my daddy was a liar or some shit like that.
You know, I was gonna bring this up earlier. I saw that Oz Perkins said that his dad, I guess they had a normal life or something, but he was a closeted gay. His whole life.
What's his name?
Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins.
Mr. Perkins. And then that he was saying, let me look up the quote because I purposely.
I saw some shit like that too.
I didn't even know his dad was Anthony Perkins.
He says this thing. This is the end of the quote, but he says the movie is Longlegs is about the things that are under your feet and how they're sometimes the hardest things to see. And so like Longlegs, the devil is under your feet, and it's you don't see it, and just like how his dad was gay, I guess, and none of them saw it.
That's crazy.
But I don't get that.
What kind of connection is that?
I think loosely, like because Longlegs is like androgynous, but I don't think that's necessarily representative of like his dad.
I don't think so.
It could be, but I don't really know if that's. I would think that would be a weird way for him to portray that.
I don't think he means that. But
I know that. I'm just
like family secrets are right in front of you and you don't see them.
Yeah.
Just like the devil is right in front of you and you don't see him.
Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But I don't think the movie accomplishes that idea.
Yeah.
I understand the devil's beneath you and he's always there, but I don't think that's like some. Yeah, I don't see a way that reflects family secrets being in front of you, and you don't see them.
I mean, we get a little bit of that when like she asks like what happened in the birthday, and then like when she goes over to her house, like clearly like she doesn't really go that often, and she has like some kind of issues with her mom, like her mom's house is like fucking filthy, like her mom even says like I never got rid of anything that like from you guys or from you or whatever. So there's something there in terms of like family. There's something interesting there, but I agree. Like I don't think it flushes out enough.
I agree. It can definitely be there, but I don't think it accomplishes that feeling all that well.
It is definitely there.
Yeah.
Alright guys, this is Major Camera Cut number 2. We're essentially talking about the significance of the name Longlegs. Nasir brought up the idea that when we were first introduced to him, it's through the eyes of a child and we're generally just looking at his long legs. And then Luis brought up the dumbass idea that he's like a spider, the daddy Longlegs, because, well, I'll explain that.
I think we're about done. We're running into radio soon.
We just need to go back to your stupid ass.
What was it? What the
your
fuck was
dumbass explanation. Longlegs is called Longlegs because of daddy Longlegs, and he's like a parental figure to her.
Because that's her daddy. Her daddy got long legs. Longlegs is
I don't know, like,
daddy.
I would have
No,
expected more significance of his name, even if it was like, I don't know. I just assumed it was something in the devil, like something in the Bible.
Yeah, maybe it's something.
Like it
I'm
could
not
just be
familiar.
something I don't know. Yeah.
I was looking thinking like,
I think your explanation is dumb.
no, that wasn't my real explanation. We could say it, no, but I was thinking like maybe because the devil walks, like the devil was kind of everywhere. But I don't know. I feel like it's kind of stupid too.
It has long legs.
I think that's better.
Like long legs. And the devil has long legs.
He makes big
Double
strides.
double.
Yeah, he makes big strides everywhere.
You know, if he's making such big strides, why is he's not like he won with these big strides that he made, but like he's not anywhere at the end of the movie. Like he didn't accomplish a goal.
Yeah, you just get shot.
Like they say he
literally
accomplished a
gets shot.
goal, but you know, I was thinking like, oh, maybe he's not gonna die when she shoots him.
That's what I thought.
Like
too.
maybe the devil is like empowering him. Like he's gonna kill Lee. We're gonna get some devil that won in the end. I don't know. That did not happen.
That didn't happen either. Yeah, but
You get what I mean?
That's what I was thinking though. That the devil kind of walks everywhere, like, and he kind of says like, "Oh, like
Long legs.
I'm beneath your feet. I'm the guy downstairs."
Yeah.
You
Should
know,
have called him Big Feet.
Big
It's
feet.
just many of the songs that we might be missing something from the song.
With the songs?
selections.
Maybe.
Because
That's what I was
he
thinking,
sings
too.
a lot.
That's what I was
and
thinking.
The songs that play like a few times throughout the movie.
It's Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Oz Perkins, Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, shit.
I thought it was so funny that, like, towards the end of the movie when you see the mom kind of, she comes outside and she's like, why are you talking to my daughter? Like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, I'll leave, but I'm gonna come right back, like, whenever I want. Like, I thought, like, he's singing it, but, like, whatever he's saying,
Dude,
like,
why
he's
would she
basically
like
saying
keep
that.
talking to him? Like I would shoot that weirdo from a fucking mile away.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
funny.
There was something else I wanted
Like
to add
the-
too, but I don't remember. It was whenever you guys were talking about
Yeah, the
mom,
Longlegs.
the mom, the devil shit.
Oh.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah.
I think nope, I don't think any of it.
All right. Well, are
we
we
on
about done
the
here
ratings?
then? Are we ready for ratings?
I bought the long legs tee because I was making fun of Ignacio for his blue velvet
Why'd
tee.
you buy that? Did you like the movie enough to where you like that shirt?
I just liked the shirt. I thought the shirt was really
All right,
cool.
fair enough. Yeah, it was
It is a good shot.
It was. I thought the shirt was really cool.
I mean, I know it's a meme now, like with her like holding her hand or whatever, but I do think it's a really interesting shot. And it, also, like, it's a meme like on Twitter, and I don't. Now that I've seen the movie, the meme literally doesn't even make any sense to me. Like,
What's the meme?
it's just like
It's
when
like a
people.
surprise.
It's just like an oh my god shock, but it's like. That's like just such a generic like reaction to like you could
It's
just
just
use that for
the movie,
anything.
though,
Like, it's just
like-
yeah, it's like the
background,
biggest movie out right now. I get
Yeah.
it, but like it just was like kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But I do love the shot in the movie though.
Yeah, I thought the shirt was cool.
You love the movie?
Honestly, I love a lot about it, but some of the things about it kind of have left me really cold, and that's why I think I'm kind of see, it's like hard because I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd when I saw it a few days ago. I am like kind of like want to drop it down to 3.5. I don't know though. I don't know if I don't think I'm there yet though. Because I still really like a lot about the movie, so I think I'm gonna stay at 4 stars for now.
Real quick, like, you know, I know that you shouldn't necessarily compare movies to like other movies, but like if I was to compare this to The Witch or Hereditary, I like both of those movies better, and I think they both accomplish something that this movie's trying to accomplish better. Because if it's trying to accomplish family dynamics, I think Hereditary does it better. If it's trying to do more like religion and Satanism, I think The Witch does it better. So I think I would just watch those 2 movies if I ever thought about this movie. No, it looks interesting though. I like how it looks. It looks amazing.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
fair.
fucking good looking ass movie.
I like those 2 better.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're perfect.
That's funny. When I was buying the shirt, I was like thinking, I was like, do I like the movie enough to like wear this? You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, I do like the shirt. And I thought the movie.
It's a cool ass shirt.
It is a nice
So
shirt.
yeah, it's just
And
funny
the
that
red
you
eyes
asked me that.
fits.
Yeah.
But, alright, so what rating are you?
Oh yeah.
Probably the same as you, like a 3.5 or 4.
3.5.
Okay.
Maybe like a 4. I'll give
Yeah,
it.
you gotta stick with something.
We'll do like a. If we're doing,
You
if
can
we
do a range.
If we can do 3.5, then I'll do like a 3.8.
No,
Motherfucker.
no.
Letterbox rules.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll do a 4.
Look. The way I do star rating is I do like grade letters. So 4.5 and 5 is an A. 3.5 and 4 is a B. 2.5 and 3 is a C. So on.
We'll just leave it at 4.
I'm just saying if that would help you. I don't know. I'm at a. That's where you're at. You're at a 4.
4 is fine. Yeah, 4 is cool.
I'm at a 3, and I could maybe lean to a 3.5 because I think I'm being a little harsh on it.
Yeah.
Because I expected something a little different. This fucker. So it'll probably go up to a 3.5. Because yeah, it's very visually interesting as well.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some of the movies that I had like rated for this year, and I had Longlegs at 3, and then Inside Out at 3.5, and I was like, I do not like Inside Out 2 more than Longlegs. So I was
I wish we
like,
could have done Inside Out 2.
I was like,
That
let me
movie fucking
reevaluate.
sucks.
It's funny that we brought up Inside
I
Out
think
2.
we said that last time.
The other one and this one.
Yeah, Inside Out is like my least favorite movie. It's really not.
I don't think Inside Out 2 is in the edited version of the last one, but
Oh, okay.
I do have the rant, so maybe I'll throw it in after.
Yeah. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Inside Out 2 is ass.
I didn't think it was ass.
No, I'm
I
just
pushed
saying,
it down to a 3.
No, that's I'm like putting it out there.
Yeah.
But I think that's it then.
It's the same movie. It's the same as the first one.
It is.
Inside
no,
Out
my biggest
1,
problem.
Inside Out 2. It's the
Funnier
It's
same.
the
than
same, but even worse.
Yep.
Yeah, stupid ass characters.
All right, well, is that it then?
That's a
Yeah,
wrap.
buy the shirt on neon.com.
That's a wrap, right?
Like and subscribe. It's a wrap.
We gotta go like.
That's lame.